Evening. It's a beautiful Tuesday, and we are welcoming you to the most educative, informative show, which is Love at Home. And thank you so much for always staying glued to your set when it is every Tuesday. Hope Channel Ghana is always bringing you good programs to help educate us wherever we find ourselves. Let me remind you that this program is by kind courtesy of Angels of Hope. These people are angels who are donating in various forms, cash and kind, to help support Hope Channel Ghana by bringing you educative programs such as Love at Home. Angels of Hope, thank you so much. Why can't you join these angels who are spreading this message? By donating to 024919303. 024919303. For any question or clarification, you can contact us on 0559680066. Angels of Hope, thank you so much. My other special thanks also goes to Oyetima Fashions. Oyetima Fashions, thank you so much for giving me this beautiful and colorful costume. Oyetima Fashions is located at Kaswa. You can contact Maudrine on 0244 1383834. 0244 133834. For all occasions, you can contact them for beautiful designs. Oyetima Fashions, thank you so much. Today is a beautiful Tuesday, and we are discussing the merits of being a single person. Let's go for a quick commercial break, and when we come back, I'll introduce you to the people we are discussing. We are having to have a discussion for today. Thank you.
Nami. I am Emily.
And I am Philemon.
I'm Vanessa.
Idom. I'm Emmanuel.
And we are the Evangelicals. Representing the Evangelical Presbyterian Church of Ghana, we are pleased to announce our participation in this year's edition of the National Bible Bee, which is churches only. And in this year's Bible Bee, we are going to be contesting based on our Bible knowledge. And we are in this day and age where the youth don't really take note of how much they are proficient in their Bible knowledge and how well they desire to study the scriptures daily in order to grow, like Joshua 1:8 says. And so because of this Bible Bee, our preparations, we realize that we are discovering new things in the Bible, things that were not really new, but because we haven't studied so much, we are now discovering them. And this has enhanced our spiritual growth. To tell us, this year's National Bible Bee is being organized by the Seed Spring Network in partnership with the Bible Society of Ghana, and we are poised and ready for victory. We are going to take the crown, whether you like it or not. And we would like to end with this. We are telling you that we are coming. We are coming to win and not to do anything else. EPCG, bringing light to where there's darkness. Akpenami.
Only on Hope Channel Ghana.
Welcome back to Love at Home on Hope Channel Ghana. As I said earlier, today we are looking at the merits of being a single person. Let me remind you that you can watch our programs through on Facebook and YouTube. Please join us there, and also send in your contributions to 0559680066. 0559680066. Today we're going to have this discussion with, on my far left, I have Mrs. Esther Apau Manison. She's a counselor Mrs. Madison, good evening.
Good evening. Good evening, Mama, sir.
How are you?
Fine, thank you. What about you?
By God's grace, I'm fine. I'm doing very, very well.
That's good.
I can see that you are doing well
Yeah.
because of
By
the
grace.
smiles you are giving me. You are welcome to the show.
Yeah.
Thank you.
My special other guest is Pastor Elijah Baini. He's also a counseling psychologist.
Yeah.
Sofo, Mwakwaba,
Yeah.
how are you
By God's grace,
and your family?
we are doing fine.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
We are
So,
doing well.
with you at home and my guest here, you are welcome to Love at Home, and we are discussing the merits of being a single person. Now, let's start with you, Mrs. Madison. If we say somebody is a single person, what do we mean?
Okay, good evening, cherished viewers. So, being single, I see that a stage in life process. At a particular point in time, you become single, and it's for a period of time. That is where you have to now get married or out of it. And it's also a state because you decide to be in that situation. So, being single, we have people who are not married, and we have the widowed or the widowers, and we also have people who are single who are not married, as I said earlier, and then we have the divorced. All these
Yeah.
people, we term them as singles, and then we also have single parents too.
Okay.
So we can also have single mothers and then single fathers.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So these are the people that we term.
So the criteria
as,
is big then.
Yeah.
Singles.
Sofo, what is your take?
Yeah,
What is the meaning of
I see it as at times when we mentioned, we are talking about people who are not married and they are not in any romantic relationship. That is a single person.
you are not in any romantic?
Relationship. The moment the person is in a romantic relationship, the person is attached. The person is engaged. So the person is not single.
Okay.
So a single person, when we say a single young man, a single girl or lady, the person is not married and is not engaging any romantic relationship. The person is free.
So per
Such
your
people are
definition,
called single.
so per your definition, if the person is not married and
By
is
saying
engaged
having a
in
fiancé,
other things,
yes.
that you still don't call that
He is
person?
not single
Okay.
because there is a relationship running. Only that at that point in time, officially there is no marriage, but they do everything that married couples do. So such people are not single.
So those who are cohabitating,
They are not single.
they've not seen their
They are not-
parents,
they are not single.
they are living together,
Yes, they are not single.
still not single.
They are not single
So,
because
so when you are calling single people, they shouldn't come out?
no, they are not part. Because they are engaged.
I see.
Yeah, they are engaged. They are in a romantic relationship, just like they're married. The difference is that theirs is just a secret thing that they do. Parents are not aware, but ours are opened. But things we do, they do the same thing. So they are not single.
Okay.
The definition in the books and the literature, unmarried person, and then the one who does not engage in any romantic relationship, that person qualifies to be a single.
Okay. Now, Mrs. Madison, are there benefits?
Yes, there are numerous benefits. Yes, if you are single, then we can say that you have an independent life. You are not controlled by anybody, so you decide to choose whatever you want to do in terms of dressing. You decide to take or choose the type of dress you want to, without somebody worrying you that, hey, this one I don't like. Where we are going, I don't want you to wear this type of dress. You decide to cook or eat any type of food, I mean the good ones. And so you live an independent life without being controlled. So that is the independent side of it. And then I can also say that we also have, there's flexibility of time. You have your own time. You choose when to go out and when to come in, especially when you are staying alone. You know, there are some people who are single and they still live under the roofs of their parents. So you have a little control with your timing. But even with the independent, that one you choose. But with your timing, you are a bit controlled and managed. And then we have those who are also living in their own apartments. So they decide to do whatever they want to do with time. So that's it. And then you also have, you can also continue, or you have your interest to say. Interest in terms of using that stage or that time, that opportunity, that privilege again to say, to pursue your studies. You can use that for further studies if you are single and you are not married now. You use that timing to have some educational continuation. You can do that. And also you can also use that period or that time to learn a trade, a vocation or a skill. I remember one lady was saying that when she was single, she learned how to play the keyboard. And then when she got married, everything vanished, disappeared. And now she can play as if she has not even sat behind the keyboard.
The keyboard.
So you do that. So these are some of the advantages or merits that we have. And then we also have community engagements. Because you are single, whenever you have anything to do in the community, you easily go there or you quickly go, especially when you have this communal labor. You go to help, maybe when any social gathering, when you are called upon, you attend freely because you are just alone. As I said, you don't have any control. So you go to do that. And then you also have a self-understanding, that you understand yourself. At this time, you're alone. Sometimes it becomes very tough and hard. You need to take decisions all alone. So that gives you the room and then the opportunity to even think deep or approach people. This is what has been on my table and this is what I want to do. How should I go about it? What should I do? So it makes you understand yourself. And you use that period or that stage to do all these. So there are benefits.
There are benefits.
Yeah.
So, please share with us more advantages.
Yeah, some of the advantages are, relationship comes with ups and downs. If you engage yourself into any relationship, it comes with disappointments. People face disappointment in their relationships. Even in marriage, it can lead to divorce, separation. And if you are single, some of these disappointment in the relationship, you are not worried about. You are safe. Nobody disappoints you.
No broken heart.
No broken heart. So that side, that psychological trauma, you are out of it. Because you are not engaging yourself into anything. You are single. And then again, it makes you focus in whatever you want to do. You see, if you go to school, you want to further, you want to do any work, you want to worship God, when you are single, you stay focused. And you could see that it has shown in so many studies that even those who are religious, their church attendance is very good. Because the person gets up in the morning, the little small food the person has prepared, the person is going. No children, nobody to take care of. Whether the person sweeps or the person tidies the house, nobody cares. I can go and come back and do my house chores because I don't have anybody to look at me. So the person is focused. And that trauma. And such people are also very good when it comes to mingling with people, social life. In fact, it is good. You can choose to be adventurous. You can go anywhere. If you want to go to Akosombo today or go to Kakum Park, you just take your small few things and the person goes. So mostly you see people having that fun, going out with friends, chatting with friends, and nobody restricts them. And in fact, it gives people, the more people socialize, in fact, it helps us release stress. And such people, in fact, they are very good when it comes to controlling their stress. Because they are social. Because nobody is worrying you. You don't have any traumas of a relationship, disappointment, and those things worrying you. So the person is fixed. And these are some of the advantages such people normally enjoy.
Please go ahead.
Okay, so to add to that, you also increase your friend base. If I say your friends base, your friendship, you can choose the number of friends you want to have. You know, friendship or friends are also good at a certain point in time. We help, we come together, we discuss issues, and then we go out together, we hang out. So all those things are good at that time. And unlike when you are married or you are in other relationship, you are restricted from making friends. Somebody will tell you that, hey, this type of person you are bringing, I don't like, so quit. stop moving or stop making friends with such individuals. So that is where you make your friends and you learn from those people.
Yeah, Pastor, Mrs. Manison mentioned the fact that if you are single, it gives you the opportunity to learn, if you're a student, or to learn other things as well.
Trade.
Can you delve more into it for me?
Yeah, in fact, you can really observe, and there were other research work done on people who excel well when it comes to education. People get first class, people get good grades. In fact, some of them, you go to their lifestyle, they don't have much friends, and they stay focused. They are not people who are into relationships in that matter. And it has also proven that people who they get to maybe level 100, they are in a relationship, you see that as they go up, it affects everything that they do. Their grades begins to drop, and if you don't take care, the person can fail.
Why is that the case?
The reason is that much of the time that the person will use to study is shared with the opposite sex.
Okay.
Because the person will call, you will chat, the person will talk to you. You speak up to late in the night, and the next day you are exhausted. You are in class and you are dozing off. So how do you concentrate? You see that part of your life is given to somebody. Somebody controls your life, and then the academics is also control another one. It will become difficult. One person divided into two. That is where the challenge is. So some people will go and they say that no, as Mrs. Manison said, I'm not going to engage myself in anything. And such people are focused. If it is a trade, tailoring or carpentry, the person is focused. But 3-4 years, the person is out of the apprenticeship and the person goes. So being single is not bad. Let's take that. At times we think that when people are single, it is that kind of worse off. We don't want to hear, especially the church. But it's not like that, it's a choice. Somebody has chosen to be single, and the person is moving on with his life. Let's encourage that. But at a point in time, the same person can also change his or her mind to get married.
Yeah. Mrs. Manison, if, for example, the example Pastor gave was, I can see, was for a student.
Yeah.
Now, let's come to the matured people. If, for example, the person is a single parent, what advantage does he have being a single person?
Single parent.
Yeah.
Yes. So with that place, usually single parents, you need to work more hard so that you can get money to take care of the children that you have. So as I said, that period of time, then you need to do more or learn most of these traits so that you can use that to take care of them. So you can also do other things, maybe going out to it or doing this communal engagement that I also said earlier, to get well equipped and take care of your children at that time.
Pastor, please add up.
Yeah, because a single parent is a very difficult thing. Very, very difficult. And the person must stay focused. That's the first thing. And then the person must also, if you stay focused and you want to do something to help your children, then the person should find out that what he's doing is the right thing.
Okay.
Because you have about 2 children to take care of, and you are not focused. The children alone is also a distraction. You have to manage, maybe if it is from a divorce, you have to manage the trauma, the psychological aspect of the divorce, and then taking care of the children. It's a very difficult period. But if the person, the woman or the man stays focused, they walk through it. We have seen a lot of people, they come for counseling, and at the end, they become stronger out of it. It means that anyone who stays focused and then work through everything, it works well. But if we are trying to think of what has happened, traumas, the past, we cannot move on. And that will be very dangerous. So in as much as it's good for you to focus and do the right thing, what you do is that you forget the past and then move on to a new life, because it's a transition. You are moving from one place to another. And then the new transition comes with a challenge. So why won't you stay focused? Get more knowledge in the transition and work through it.
What if a young person or a young woman or a young man who would want to go into marriage, but for now he's single?
Yeah, we have people, a lot of them like that. What I want to say is that we should discourage ourselves from pressure. We shouldn't allow people to push you to go and marry because you are single. That's the biggest mistake you can make. One, it will make you choose wrongly because the pressure is already high. The church gives you pressure. The church, it gives the young people pressure.
You mean the church gives
The church,
pressure?
yes.
By how many?
Why are you waiting? Your colleagues are married. And you are not married, meanwhile you are working. You are of age, you are 30 years. You are 35 years. So people will be talking. When I mean the church, people in the church.
Yeah.
Even at a point, some pastors will even call you. Say that, what are you waiting for? Parents will call you. What are you waiting for? I need my grandchildren. Your peers in the group where you live at a workplace, your peers are married. And in our culture here, in the Western world is different, even though they have their challenges. Here, if you are not married and you are single, we see you in a different way. Either you are having a challenge, or there is some spirit that has blocked you not to marry. Yes, soon be how. Okay, so it is pushing the person to also go in. There the mistake comes, the choice. So the advice is that if you are single, give yourself time frame. We say time frame.
If you want to
You
marry.
might want to marry. I'm giving myself 5 years. I'm going to work for 5 years. After 5 years, the 6th year, I'm going to get married. If you don't have this time frame and work through them, you make a mistake. So a young person listening to us, or a young lady listening to us, have that time frame for yourself. Set your time. That I am 26. I'm now a young graduate. I've just been employed at Hope TV. Now I'm going to work for 4 years. Exactly 30 years, I'll get married. You see that you have your time. When you have time, whatever people say can never push you.
Okay.
But if you don't have time and you are free, your mind is wandering, then everybody, whatever they say, will push you. Friends will push you. Society will push you. Church will push you. Everybody is pushing you. And that is where our young people make mistakes. So let's have time frame. Decide. I, for one, I decided that until I become a graduate, I will not marry. That's my time frame. So when I completed college, 2004, my colleagues were getting married. I didn't. It doesn't bother me. My church elders will call you. Why is it that your colleagues are getting married? And it didn't bother me. By level 400 in Valley View, I got wedded because I'm exiting. So if you don't have that time frame, you make mistakes.
Okay.
Because if I don't have that time frame and then that focus, I might have been misled.
Yeah.
So let's advise the young people that if you are single today, don't just rush. Just take time. Because if you have the times and work within the time, surely you will get married.
And then,
Okay.
and also to add, you know, at that stage, you need to stay focused, as Pastor said. And because of the societal values that we have, you know, if you are single and you are not married, sometimes you are labeled as a negative or a bad person, and you are having sexual relationships or sexual affairs with married people or other people. So at that point in time, if you don't take it, that's where you rush into it. But you have other benefits. As I said, it is sometimes a stage. You overcome it when you get married, but you need to exercise patience and take good use of the advantages that it has so that it benefits you. You know, what marriage also brings to us in the society. Marriage will bring what we call respect. And then, Hannah, you know, communication, all those things that we have. Just to say, if I want me, I can also talk about that. Respect, Anna, you know, that is where you engage in communication with your spouse and all that. So we cherish marriage. And then from the beginning, marriage was instituted by God. That was the first institution that God made. So, and whatever God made, we said it's good or it was good. So every society, not only the Ghanaian society or African, even in the Western world, everybody loves marriage. So we want to get rush into it and then we get married.
Just Manasseh, you earlier on elaborated or stated some reasons why it is good if you are a single person. You mentioned the fact that if you have the opportunity of trying other things, the time, you have time on your hands to explore, to learn, to do so many things. If these are opportunities and advantages that we have, why are we rushing into marriage?
Why are we rushing into marriage? That is it, because of, you know, it's an ideal for every society That is what we cherish it so much. And then we also want to get married so that we can reproduce. We can give birth, we can procreate, as he said, multiply. Therefore, will a man, maybe Pastor William, he leave the father and mother and will be cleave
to one another.
To one another, and then and they said, well, you multiply.
Yeah, be fruitful.
So we all need children. We want to do that, and we want to taste it. Sometimes, when they are single, we've been hearing married people saying, "Hey, marriage is something that is good. When I got married, I'm now this, I'm now that. Oh, I like it." And nowadays, even women want that the ring more, so they want to get into it to have those things on our fingers. Yes, just
are
to say.
You by any way saying, Pastor, that if the person is not married, he cannot attain those things that we see?
No, it's not like that.
Unmarried people.
You know, it's not like that.
So please tell me more.
One thing is
because
that
I do not want the singles to feel that if I am not married, I have
not
not
at all.
arrived. So I'm an outcast. Or there's a problem with me.
No, it's not like that.
Yeah, so please tell me.
We have seen men and women who are single, and in fact, their life was good. Even their religious life was good. Not all single persons out there are flirting. It's not like that. We have millions of young people, young adults, who are out there who are not flirting at all, who are single, dedicated themselves to God, and they are working. And they're succeeding. You see some of them, they have their own homes, they build their own houses, they are living good. The challenge is that if you decide to be single, it's a choice. Then make sure that you stay single and work within it. Meanwhile, maybe you want to be single. It's because of some pressure, some disappointment in a relationship that forced you to decide to be single. Meanwhile, within, you don't like to be single. This make me to remember a man called Sten's typology of singles. In the Sten's typology of singles, we have the voluntary and the involuntary singles. The voluntary singles are those who have decided that they are not going to get married or attached to any relationship.
It isn't that they have peculiar problems.
No, they don't have any problem, but it's a choice that I'm not going to do it. It's like the celibacy. And then the involuntary, at a point, they will get married. They will get involved in a relationship, but at the moment they are not prepared for it, and they fall into the category I said. You give a time frame, because they have set up that by 5-10 years time they will get married. They will involve themselves in a relationship. So we are saying that if you are single, you can do a lot of things, just like the married people do. The difference between you and the married person is that 1, you may not have a child to take care of. 2, you may not have sexual intercourse. Because you are single, you don't need to do that. These benefits you won't get. But any other thing that we do, communication, people can go out and chat with their friends, and they're okay. They're okay. They will chat with friends, they can go out, have socialization, and it fits perfectly. Even today, the married ones are complaining that the communication is a problem. So if you are single out there, you can do anything. But you cannot just be saying that I am a single person. At a point you are single. At a point you are not single. You are confused. If you do that, then you have a challenge. But if you stay single and stay focused, I tell you, you can enjoy anything.
So Mrs. Manison, how can I enjoy my singleness?
Oh, yes.
What are some of the things I can do to enjoy?
Yes, you are free to enjoy that state.
Like what?
What
are some of the activities I should be doing?
So you just engage yourself in outing programs. Programs when you have any social gathering, you are free to attend, free to go, you hang out with friends, and you are good to go. Wherever you want to go, you are not controlled. You can also enjoy, as I said, with family and friends. Family again, you can go visiting around. And whenever there is anything in the community that you are being called, you can go and do that. So you have to just enjoy. It is not it is not a time that because you are single, you just have to feel withdrawn or lonely, that, oh, this is what is happening to me. So you get withdrawn from society. Feel free and do whatever you want to do at that stage. But just we are saying that it is not, when the moment sexual relationship comes into it, then means that stage is not termed as singleness, because you are now having a sexual relationship, or as far as the romantic relationship. So with us who are young and also Christians, we just need to stay focused and then abstain from that sexual aspect of it, and then stay focused and pray.
Yeah, because they face a lot of stigmatization, in fact, in the society, in our society today. So my advice is that if you stay focused and you know what you are doing, some of those things will not be a bother to you. Because when we know that this is where I'm going, you don't need people to tell you that I will take you to this direction. So as a single person, sit down. If you want to plan your career and you have given yourself 5 years to have your master's and your PhD, that is the period. That is the period you can enroll. And then you start your education and then continue. Anything that you want to do, that's I mentioned food that you want to do, the dress you want to put on. But because we are a Christian TV station, I will say that your dressing should conform with the church standard. It doesn't mean that because you are a single person, you can choose to wear anything as against the principles of the church. And because we are a Christian TV station and we are advocating for proper dressing, I will say that any young person out there, if you want to dress nicely, then it must be something that is modest. And if you want to eat something, eat well. You can't say that because you are single, you can eat anything. You can get sick. You can get sick. So everything in moderation. Because I'm single, I want to travel, you want to be adventurous, you want to do so many things. But if you don't take care also, this adventurous and too much of everything can create a problem. So just see what will benefit you, what will fit you, and then you work through it. You cannot also leave God aside. Being single is a difficult thing. It's not easy. It's not easy. I want everybody to know that it's not easy to be single these days. So far as you are a pointed young man, you are not impotent. I tell you, you face a lot of sexual challenges. And a long lady, the same thing. That means you have to embrace the word of God seriously. Else you cannot sustain yourself. Definitely you fall somewhere along the line. And that will create a problem for you. So if you are single, take God serious, pray, make sure you take your religious life seriously, and then move on. And you see that things will begin to fall in place. But if you leave God out and you want to follow the world, I tell you, along the way, there will be challenges.
Okay, so can some, yes.
You know, nowadays too, we have these choral groups singing. Groups
Yeah, you can join them.
You join.
Yeah, you can
so
join
that
them.
You stay focused, you don't feel lonely. Because this is what is happening to me. Join them and just feel free and move on with your life.
So can someone decide not to marry, I mean to stay single? Can someone decide to stay single for life?
Sure.
Yes, yes.
Sure.
That is, sometimes it becomes a choice. You decide not to. And we have people like that, people who were made to. People to that society has made them to be single, so they have decided. That is where you have a relation, maybe experience from a past relationship. In that past relationship, you were cheated or you were abused.
Sure.
So you decided that I don't want to get into another relationship, I don't want to get married. So I've decided to stay single. And especially with those who are who get divorced, through that, they also decide that, oh, I don't want to get married again, so I want to stay single. And so those people are there, the choices, they make that choice.
So under what
condition
condition will somebody decide not to marry?
Yeah, we have the biological aspect. The person is born with some deformities, and it doesn't encourage the person to get married.
Like
we have people who were born without maybe part of their private parts properly functioned. So the person decides that because I'm not properly functioning as a man, I will not get married. That person decides that he wants to be single forever.
Okay.
There are women too, they also have such issues. And the medical people can tell a lot about that. They decide that because of my condition. I'm born with it. I cannot do that. They are there. And then we also have people, I was reading something and I found out that people who are also looking too ugly.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, some people, yes. Some people have done work about it. And it was a research done, and then the people said because of their facial looks, they don't get people to approach them. And they are there, and they've decided that because they are not coming, now my decision is that I close my mind for life.
Pastor, I'm interested in this one.
Yes.
Let's go for a quick commercial break. When we come back, you continue with that for me. Let's go for a quick commercial break. But please remember, you can send in your contributions to 0559-680066, or you can drop your message on our Facebook or YouTube channels. We'll be right back. Please stay tuned.
Get ready to experience another never-to-be-forgotten evening as the Symphonials proudly presents a mega musical concert dubbed Grazioso 2023. Theme, Come Let Us Sing. This program is slated on Saturday, 15th April 2023 at the Accra International Conference Center. Time 4 p.m. Tickets regular 50 Ghana cedis, VIP 100 Ghana cedis. You can purchase your tickets using the short code *800*801# or call these ticket hotlines 0201-471-209 or 0555-910-963. Come for a delightful experience in God's presence, worshiping and praising through His music. Sponsors: Valley View University, Ren Power Systems, Wiggle IT Solutions, Jake Short, Time to Think Foundation, Advent Press, Premium Star Quality Group Limited, Agile Ventures, Media Partners, City TV, CTFM, Hope Channel Ghana, Metro TV, Praise TV, and ABN. It's going to be super massive, so don't miss out. Come and enjoy an evening of music that will leave an indelible mark on your heart.
Hello, good evening. The program is Love at Home, and you are watching it live from the studios of Hope Channel Ghana. We are discussing the merits of being a single person. Some people have the view that there is no merit at all.
Sure.
But today, our counselors are telling us that there are merits. So why don't you stay glued as we have this discussion? Kindly send in your contributions to 0559-680066. Pastor, you were telling us that some people are of the view that probably the way they look is not attractive enough.
Yes.
So they decide not to
go
into marriage at all. Tell us more.
Yes, because they feel that they are not looking good and people are not coming to propose. And 30 years, 35, 40, nobody has proposed.
Or they are being denied of.
They are being denied of. Maybe you have proposed, the people say no. And you see that it's as a result of your looks. They decided that they will not engage in any, so they are single. And they also have those who are, because of religion, they decide that they will not engage themselves in any romantic relationship.
So you're talking about the issue of celibacy.
Yes.
Tell us more about it.
Yeah, they decide that they are not going to get married. And I find out that even in the celibacy group, we have different groups of celibacy people in there. We have people who abstain from sex. They don't want to engage themselves in sexual relationship, but sex specifically, but they can kiss. They're just like vegetarians, others eat fish, others who eat egg. They are like that. And we have those who abstain from all contacts of relationship as a result of religion. That group is there. And we also have people who have decided that it's not religion, but they are not going to engage themselves into any relationship. They are celebrate, they are there.
Is that one a gift? Is it a gift given by God to decide?
God has never given us that gift. God said we should be fruitful and multiply.
Okay.
So God cannot say that you, as you are going, for you, I put this on you, you will not give birth.
Okay.
Or you will not, no, God is not that.
Okay.
It is either biological or the person comes and decide.
Okay.
It's just like today, people who decide that I want to marry a man, just like that. It's a decision and it's a choice. So people are celebrating because some of them it's a choice, others because the malfunctions of their body parts didn't allow them biologically to do that. Others because of the priesthood that the person has engaged himself or herself. The rule is that if you come in, you cannot marry. So you decide. So the moment you join, automatically, you are celibate. You cannot engage in any sexual activities. That group is there. So we have all these groups. Apart from these groups, the rest who are there can also decide that, well, I will stay for some time. And after that, even in the priesthood, we have had instances where people have been in celibate for some years and then they opted out. So it's a choice. Being single, being celibate is a choice. You can decide not to do it. Biologically, too, there can be some issues that can also force people to decide that way.
Okay. So biologically, there can be people that can force people to decide whether to go in or not to go in. Yeah, Mrs. Manis, you wanted to say something?
Yes. So as I said, society also make people like that.
Okay.
For some people are
How
also
do you
born
mean?
with
How can society push people into being
just being single. Yes.
How?
So when you find yourself in situations that are not comfortable with you, looking at yourself, as Pastor was saying, religious, that biological aspect can also be that. And they're all in the society. And then also, as I said, past relationships also make you to be single. So with
can the way we bring up our children, can it affect the decision of whether to enter into relationship or not? Can it affect
it? It affects.
Okay.
How does it?
Because children learn by observation.
Okay.
And they are in the house when the father and mother, the way one of them, I don't want to say the way men treat women, and I'll get trouble. And I don't want to also say the way women treat men. But I will say that when one of them maltreats the other, and the children observe,
they see it.
And they see it. And it happened that it is the woman who is maltreating the man, or the man maltreating the woman. The young girls in the house, watching their mother being abused and maltreat, the man is maltreating the woman, it'll be difficult. You see, it takes away that relationship aspect from their mind.
Okay.
Why should I involve myself? And women too, they talk to their children. Look at the way I've been maltreated. Look at the way, you see, and they are growing up with it. It will be difficult for them to engage in proper relationship. And when they go into relationships 1, 2, 3, and it also backfires, then
it reaffirms.
It reaffirms what their mother has faced or their father has gone through. And they decide that I will not do it again. And the major of it is when young people, we are growing up and we had disappointment, series of them. You go to the first relationship, it backfires. The second relationship, it nearly claims the person's life. And then the third one, then the person said, no, I'm not good for handling these issues. Let me sit somewhere and observe the way things goes. It also affects it. So our family life, the way we treat ourselves in the house, we need to be very careful. It has a major effect on the children in the home, and it affects their relationship. And it is, even some of them will marry and they abuse their partners because they learn from their family settings.
Previous
and
experience.
Yes, and it's very bad. It's not the best.
Okay. So people who were once raped will also decide that I don't want to get into a relationship.
Okay.
Yes, because of that. So they decide to stay single. So as I said, use that period to do lots of things. So at this stage, you can also engage yourself. In the church, we have the choir is there, singing band. We have various youth activities, programs. So we engage ourselves in such programs to keep us active. You know, sometimes when you are single, you begin to think, you feel lonely, and then as you sit down thinking about things, you realize other things also crop into your mind, and then you'll be forced to go out there to misbehave, to say. So engage yourself in such activities that we have in the church and even in the society, where we have this Keep Fit clubs. You can also join where we have other sporting activities. You can join where we have the health fitness centers. You can also join so that you engage yourself in such things and keep you active. You don't feel lonely.
Pastor, which other ways can we do to remove this loneliness or boredom?
Yeah, you need to be active and do activities you normally enjoy doing.
Okay.
That's the most important thing. You don't do activities you don't like enjoy doing. So as a single person, identify activities that you like doing, that will suit you. You see, in this world, at times we want to copy. You see, the moment copy comes in, then you become somebody else.
Yeah, it's not
You are doing somebody's job. Meanwhile, you cannot do it like that person. So you identify activities you can do best. Maybe you are a very good singer. You can sing very well. What do? You locate a singing group and then you join. Maybe you are somebody who is very good when it comes to sewing. Yeah, even though you have your career, but you can sew. You will get a small machine at home, alterations, and then you'll be doing those things in your house. It's an activity that you like doing. Maybe you are somebody who likes sports. Okay, even you want to play, some women play very well. You can join some of them in the community, and then you're going to do that exercise. So identify activities that you can do best, and then begin to do those activities. Maybe you are in your church, you are so bored in the church. There are so many SDA churches and other churches around. Okay, you can, today I'm going to visit this church. You can go there. Maybe they have a very nice concert, musical festival. You go there and then enjoy yourself and come back. So if you sit at one place, then when the society and the pressure is coming, there you begin to think. And there you make choices that will destroy your life. So find activities that you can do and do them best. And do it. And then you enjoy life. Life goes on.
So in the church where we have these visitation programs, yes, we have to urge the singles to engage more in such activities.
Evangelistic
so that
activities.
To keep them active.
Visitations.
Yeah, I like the fact that you are directing the activities in the areas of church activities. But as Pastor said, we also need to direct the activities in the areas where it can bring further income to them and let them explore, grow their money, save monies. I mean, make them good and happy for themselves, for who they have become. Because I know people who have, through the time that they were single, they were able to attain so much.
Save money.
So much that it really helped them when they entered into marriage. So we need to look at that.
So with that one, we have these groups in the society or in the community that we can join.
The banks,
the little money that you get, you save, so that you can use that to start a business. And then, as I said, when you identify your interests and your traits, then you get into such vocations so that you can do to help yourself. Just to get something, as you are saying, to save towards the future. You know, not to be going around and
then waste the little that you have.
Pastor, some of the view that people or most people are single because of their selectiveness nature. What do you have to say about that?
Yes, and we have people like that. We have people like that. But we cannot generalize all of them. It's not like that. We are people who are selective based on their personality. You know, everything in this world, I like God so much. God gave us our free will to choose. But he said, I have given you life, death. But I prefer you choose life. So God didn't force us. It's not forcing anybody to choose whatever. But at the end, so what we are saying is that there are people, even men and women, who have a certain personality traits they are looking for. If they don't get it, they will never enter into any relationship.
Okay.
We are people like that. And we cannot say that it's bad for them. Because it's a choice. Yeah. Somebody wants a tall person, stout. Somebody said, no, I want a very short person. How can you say that the one who decides to take a short person and you want a tall person, the person has made the wrong choice? It is not like that. So they are there and they wait until they get what they want.
Their preferred
That's
choice.
a preferred choice. Because I want to say that all of us seated here, the day your husband or I proposed to my wife, I've seen something. Is that not it? Mm-hmm. Is that not it?
It is.
Uh-huh. you didn't just get up and then when you see your husband walking, you say, come, we are going to marry. It's not like that. Mm-hmm. Because there are other people who have also come and you look through and say, no, out of the lot, it is this man I want, it's this woman I want. So they have that choice to make. But when it becomes too much, when this young man comes, you are too short. When this young man comes, this one eye is too big, this one is too small. And you are doing that, and your age, if you're a woman and the age is moving, if you don't take care, the time may come short, tall, no one will come. And at that point in time, you become single. Even though you don't want to be single. That's the mistake. We are human beings, we are not perfect. You cannot get the most beautiful person in the world. You get somebody who looks beautiful today, the next day, you see another person and say, wow, this one looks more beautiful than this. That's how it is. So decide on which one you want and then choose the one you want. Before I end, Carnegie said, human beings are like gold.
They are like
gold.
Gold, okay.
At first, we thought that gold was like, the moment you dig it, you see it yellowish.
Yellowish.
Not knowing it was a rock. It is a rock, you grind, and then you get the gold out of it. So, at times, you take somebody, help the person, develop the person to suit you. You can do that. We have seen women who have developed their husband to suit them. We have seen men who have developed their wives to the level that they want. So in this world, anything you want, you can develop it. Because today, the world, there are so many things you can do. And therefore, don't let us stay in that corner and begin to look, and choose. Others too, naturally, they are not getting. People are not proposing to them. And we cannot take away the spiritual aspect of these things.
Hey, Pastor, you're bringing us
very important. We cannot take it away. There are people who are ready, who are not, they don't want to be single, but one way or the other,
they can't find their
they cannot find, yes. And pastors who are listening to me have engaged people either in SDA church, outside SDA church, spiritually, and it has resolved such problems for them. So we cannot rule out the spiritual aspect of it. Okay. So all these forces are working against the singles. That's why I'm saying that the moment you take God out of the equation, you see that other things begin to get closer and closer, and that will be a problem.
Yeah,
yes,
to add, you know, there are people who are very selective when it comes to that. So I've been telling the youngsters that if so, then you list what you want from the person that you want. But you know about 10, you're not going to get all the 10 points or whatever you've written. But at least if you get 6 over 10, it's okay. So you don't have to be too selective. This is what, and if that person is not coming, then you are there. But all that we are saying is that make good use of that privilege, that period, that opportunity, that time, that stage that you are in there. It's for a period and then it will be over when you get married.
I have a question from Daniel Kumasi. He says, very interesting program. Thank you, Daniel. His question is, since remaining single is a choice, as we have made to be understood, can singlehood debar one from going into the ministry?
Yes, for Seventh-day Adventist Church, if you become a pastor, we will not say that because you are single, because you have not declared your intention when you are in school. But when you graduate and you are selected or you are being employed as a pastor, for our ordination, you need to marry before you are ordained. We will not say that because you are a pastor, you have not married, leave the ministry. No, we are not going to do that.
Okay.
It's not like that.
Okay.
But for the ordination, you have to marry before you are ordained. So if the person decides that, okay, I'm a pastor, I'm not going to marry, he continues to be his pastor.
Okay.
But you give reasons at least to know why you are not getting married.
Okay.
Maybe there is a problem or somewhere. If you don't give any reason, nobody will say that because you are a Seventh-day Adventist pastor and you are not married, now we are taking you out of ministry. It's not like that.
Okay.
It's not like that. But
Because
for
we
the
are
ordination, you have to marry
Okay.
before you are ordained.
Other than that, you can't be ordained.
You will not be ordained.
All right. Now, yes, my dear, you wanted to add
Maybe
something.
some future we are going to, maybe in the near future, if we have to do that. But for now, I've seen a lot of people who have not married, but they have not been ordained.
Okay.
But they are in the ministry.
They are,
No,
in
no,
the
no, they are
ministry,
pastors working.
They are working
yes.
assiduously.
Say yes, doing
All right.
everything. You're a
Okay.
pastor.
All right.
Nobody takes that pastor away from you that because you are not ordained, we have revoked your license that
All right.
go home. No,
Okay.
it's not like that.
All right. Okay. All right. Now, Mrs. Manasseh, please share with us your final thoughts and counsel to singles, the benefits that at this stage they should enjoy.
Yeah, so as we have enumerated all these benefits, make good use of that stage or that period and carry on with life. Have a positive mindset that it is for a time or for a stage. And even if you are that type who has been made like that, maybe by nature, biological means or by societal means or whatever, just have a positive mind and move on. Do what you can do to develop yourself and even help people to develop and move on with life.
Thank you very much. Yes, Pastor.
Yeah, I want to stress that find things that you can best do and do them. 2, don't allow society to decide for you or people to decide for you. Today, TV, experts on radio station, pastors and other people advocating, putting pressure on singles. Just stay focused. Then the 3rd one, don't take God out of your singleness. In fact, you should make time for God at that period and make sure that you live a holy life. Because if you say that you decide to stay single, it means you don't have any strength attached to any romantic relationship. Okay? So at that period, have time for God, worship God, do whatever you want to do. And God will not say that because you are single and you stay holy, you cannot go to heaven. No, it's not like that. So God has given us the choice. But if you are choosing to be single, then that your singleness should be the proper singleness. It's not the time that you go and flirt and come back, you'll be single for 6 months. Then next year, you jump into it small. No, that is not it. And besides, before we go, there are so many STDs today that we need to be very, very, very careful. We need to be very, very, very careful. Because this flirting, doing sort of things, if you don't take care, it will put you into trouble. And before you realize, your life is destroyed. So let's stay focused and then embrace what the Word of God tells us. And we got to go.
Thank you very much, my honorable guests, Mrs. Manasseh. Thank you so much for the knowledge you have shared with us.
Yeah.
Pastor Elijah Benini, thank you so much. And to you out there, thank you so much for staying tuned. We discussed the merits of being or staying single. Yes, now we know that there are so many opportunities or merit or advantages that we can derive in at the time that we remain single. Let's take them, use them to our own advantage, to develop ourselves, to develop people around us, and use that to do God's work more. And by so doing, we will reap the benefits from God. So please remember that this program was sponsored by Hope of Angels, who has paid and continuously always donating to support Hope Channel's program so that we can always bring to your homes, into your homes, educative and informative programs such as Love at Home. The program was Love at Home. I am Efia Sewa Mansa. Thank you so much for watching. Same time